You know, there's a world of opportunity hiding in plain sight, an opportunity that we call flipping items on eBay. And today, we're about to dive deep into this fascinating world. We'll delve into the nitty-gritty of flipping items on eBay and show you how you could start making some serious money. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know about sourcing these undervalued treasures, finding out how to price them, listing your items to affect maximum attention, shipping them safely to your customers, and finally, the sweet moment, making a sale. But that's not all. We'll also guide you through managing your inventory like a pro, keeping your accounting straight, and share some valuable tips to ensure your business stays profitable. And if you're still on the fence about starting your eBay flipping journey, let me drop this bombshell. I've made a whopping $4,700 flipping items on eBay. Yes, you heard it right. And today I'm going to share all the knowledge and strategies that have helped me reach to this point. So buckle up and get ready to embark on this exciting journey with us as we unravel the secrets of successful eBay flipping. Let us turn your side hustle dream into a profitable reality. Remember, every great empire starts with a single flip, so let's get flipping. Alright, let's get down to business. One of the first and perhaps most crucial steps in the eBay flipping game is sourcing. This is where your eagle eyes, haggling skills, and good judgment come into play. First things first, you don't have to look too far. Your home is your treasure trove. The old vinyl collection gathering dust, the vintage camera you thought was out of style, or even the designer shoes that you wore just once. These could be your golden ticket. Remember, one person's clutter could be another person's collectible. Now, moving on to the local scene, garage sales. These are the gold mine of unpriced items just waiting to be discovered. With a keen eye and a bit of patience, you could find antiques, electronics, books, toys, and so much more that folks are ready to part with for a fraction of their value. Next up, flea markets. A flea market is a place where you can strike some fantastic deals. Keep an eye out for vintage items, rare collectibles, and even high-end designer pieces that are sold at a steal. Also, welcome to the digital era, my friends. Facebook Marketplace is a virtual bazaar right at your fingertips. It's a great place to source items locally and even from afar. From used furniture to electronics to collectibles, it's all a click away. Last but not least, don't ignore off-price department stores. These stores offer brand new goods at a fraction of the retail price, from clothing to accessories to homewares and even electronics. Spot these deals and flip them for a profit. My best haul has actually come from Burlington's, where I sold some special edition Nike shoes, and I actually got 4 pairs that I bought for around like $35 each and sold 120 to 130 each pair. Alright, so you found your potential treasure, but here comes the real test. Pricing it right. This is where your inner Sherlock Holmes goes to shine. Pricing isn't just about marking up from what you paid. It's a delicate balance of understanding the item's value and demand and the market trends. But how do you figure this all out? Let me show you. First, let's say you've got an item, but you're not quite sure what it is or what it's worth. This is where Google Images comes to the rescue. Simply take a clear picture of your item, upload it to Google Images, and voila. It'll do the detective work for you. You'll likely find similar items and perhaps even get a sense of their value. But that's just part of the story. To truly understand your item's value, you need to know what people are willing to pay for it. And there's no better place to find it than on eBay itself. Now, here's a pro tip. Instead of looking at the current listings, filter your search to show sold and completed items. Why is this important? Because this will show you not just what people are asking for the item, but what people are actually willing to pay for it. You see, on eBay, you can sort through the search results by sold items and completed listings. This shows us the real transactions that have happened, giving us a clearer picture of the item's market value. And remember, always look at the multiple sold listings to find an average value price, not just one or two. By using these simple techniques, you'll take the guesswork out of pricing your items. It's all about doing your research and understanding your market. It's not always a science, but with a bit of practice, you'll start to get a feel for it, and before you know it, you'll be an eBay pricing pro. So go on, start playing detective, find out the true value. So we've covered sourcing and pricing, but what are some of the best items to flip on eBay? How do we tap into the trends and understand what's hot and what's not? First off, let's talk about sell-through rates. This is a powerful tool that helps us understand how well an item or category is selling. A high sell-through rate indicates that the item is popular and in high demand. So what is the sell-through rate? It's simply the ratio of quantity sold to quantity listed, usually expressed as a percentage. This gives us a clear idea of how popular an item is and how quickly it's likely to sell. But how do you find this golden nugget of information on eBay? First, go to eBay and search for the item you're interested in. Remember, specifics are important. The model, the brand, the condition, all of these can affect the sell-through rates. Next, you'll want to filter through search by completed listings. This will give you a list of all the items that match your search and have recently completed a sales cycle, whether they sold or not. Now comes the math part. Count the number of items that have sold, usually highlighted in green, and divide it by the total number of completed listings. Multiply the results by 100 and voila, you have your sell-through rate. A high sell-through rate indicates that the item is high in demand and likely to sell quickly. Conversely, a low sell-through rate could mean that it's a saturated market or there's just not a lot of demand for it. I usually aim for a sell-through rate of 60% minimum, depending on the item that I'm listing. The sell-through rate is one of the most powerful tools when it comes to eBay flipping. It can help you guide your sourcing decisions, determine how to price your items, and even which items are worth your time. One of the hottest categories to flip on eBay is electronics. From current technology like the last smartphones, tablets, and game consoles to vintage treasures like old video games, vintage radios, and retro tech. Electronics are always in high demand. Remember, nostalgia sells, and there's a massive market for people wanting to relive their youth or add to their vintage tech collection. Next up, the world of collectibles. This category is vast and ever changing, but there's always a market for unique and rare items. Baseball cards, playing cards, action figures, dolls, silverwares, comic books, and Disney items. They can all fetch a pretty penny if you know what you're looking for. Condition is also a crucial part here, so be sure to inspect the items thoroughly before buying. And finally, let's talk about the shoe game. It's no secret that Jordans and Nikes are some of the most popular and sought after shoes on the market. Limited edition, unique colorways, and vintage styles can all command high prices. Remember, the shoe market can be volatile, so it's important to keep up with the trends and know what's hot and what's not. So we've talked about what to buy and where to buy it, but now let's talk about the million-dollar question: when is the best time to buy items to flip on eBay? Timing, as you say, is everything. The early bird catches the worm, and nowhere is more accurate than the world of flipping. Prime time for treasure hunting is every Saturday from 5 a.m. and 2 p.m. from my experience. These are the golden hours for the flea market and the garage sales. Wake up with the sun, grab a strong cup of coffee, and get out there before the crowds. The early hours are when you'll find the best items, the unique finds, and will set your listings apart. And don't be afraid to negotiate. Sellers are often more flexible earlier in the day. Flea markets, on the other hand, are buzzing hubs of activity from dawn till early afternoon. Timing is crucial here, as well as arriving too late and the best items may be gone. So set your alarm, folks. But don't forget that in our digital world, you can also be hunting for treasures 24/7 thanks to platforms like Facebook Marketplace. At any time, day or night, you can be scouting for items, making offers, and striking deals. Next, how much should we pay for an item we're planning to sell on eBay? Well, first, we need to consider the three critical costs: how much it's going to sell for, how much money it'll cost you to ship it, and eBay fees. Shipping can typically range between $5 to $12 for small items, and eBay charges a fee of 13.25% on the total amount of the sale. So if you're expecting to sell an item for $100 with $10 for shipping, eBay's fees would be around $14.50. That means your total costs are around $24.50. So to make a profit, you should aim to pay less than $75.50 for the item. However, this brings us to a crucial rule of thumb, the 50% rule. In general, you should never pay more than 50% of what an item can sell for. This is especially true for big ticket items. For lower value items, paying more than 50% could put you in the negative, so be careful. But remember, your goal is always to pay the least amount of money possible. This is where some acting skills come into play. If a seller believes that you don't know the value of an item, they may be more willing to negotiate with you. So play it cool, play it smart, and remember, sometimes acting a little clueless can work to your advantage. Use your skills to get a best deal possible. Always be polite, but don't be afraid to haggle. You'd be surprised how many people are willing to negotiate when you approach them with the respect and a friendly demeanor. But let's not forget the key to a captivating listing: great pictures. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and in the world of an online selling, it can be worth a lot more in dollars. So make sure your pictures are clear, well lit, and from various angles. Show off any unique features, and most importantly, if they have any flaws, please show them off. Even pictures taken with your iPhone or phone or Android, whatever you got is enough as long as you know what you're doing. Next, let's talk about the condition. When in doubt, always err on the other side of caution. If it's opened or used in any way, list it as used. Buyers on eBay expect honesty, and any discrepancies between the condition you list and the actual condition can lead you to complaints and returns. Remember, it's always better to underpromise and overdeliver. Then, onto your item's description. Be direct, be detailed, and most importantly, be honest. List off flaws, but also highlight the positive features of your item. This will not only help you sell your item, but also protect you if a buyer requests a return. Listing your items on eBay might seem like a daunting task, but with these tips, you'll be a pro in no time. Remember, great pictures, honest descriptions, and strategic promoting are key to a successful sale. First, what you buy will significantly impact your shipping costs. Large items are going to cost much more to ship than smaller ones, so consider this when sourcing your inventory. Next, let's talk about boxes. You can use your own boxes or go for the priority mail flat rate boxes. I like using my own boxes as it can sometimes be cheaper, even after buying the boxes, than using the priority mail option. But priority mail boxes have their advantages too. They're free and you can order or grab as many as you want from your local post office, which can save you some time and money. Regardless of the box you use, USPS tends to be the most cost-effective option for shipping smaller items. Plus, eBay often provides discounts on USPS rates, which can save you even more money. Now, onto packing supplies. You'll need tape, packing paper, or bubble wrap, and a small scale to weigh your packages. When you're utilizing the scale, make sure you round up 2 to 3 ounces so you don't show up to the post office and they charge you an additional amount, just because you underestimated how much your package weighed. When packaging, make sure your items are well protected. Use enough packaging material to prevent movement inside the box. Remember, your reputation as a seller relies heavily on your items arriving in the condition described in your listing. Effective shipping and packaging are crucial to your eBay selling success. Always consider the size of your items, the cost effectiveness of your packaging, and safety of your products during transit. First, let's talk about offers. Setting up your listings to allow offers can be tempting, but beware. You're likely to get bombarded with lowball offers, which can be incredibly frustrating unless you're desperate to sell. Stick to the firm price. If someone really wants your item, they'll pay the price you listed for. Next up, we've got auction versus fixed price debate. While auctions can create hype and sometimes even drive up the price, I recommend going with fixed price listings for a more straightforward and efficient selling process. Fixed price attracts serious buyers and take the guesswork out of the final selling price. Now, let's talk returns. By selecting no returns, you can minimize the potential headaches down the line. You might think this will deter buyers, but in my experience, it doesn't affect sales negatively at all. Instead, it tends to attract more serious buyers, reducing the chances of dealing with buyers' remorse or unjustified return requests. Remember, when flipping items on eBay, your settings can play a massive role in your success. Opting for fixed prices, refusing offers, and not accepting returns can lead to a more streamlined and successful selling experience. Now, free shipping. From my experience, whether or not you offer free shipping doesn't seem to make a significant difference in sales. However, there are ways to make free shipping work to your advantage. One strategy I often use is to incorporate the shipping cost into the item price. This way, the buyer perceives that they're getting free shipping, but you're still covering your costs. Especially when I use priority mail flat rate options, offering free shipping becomes a lot simpler. Since these rates are standard, I can easily calculate my total cost and include it in my listing price. But when I use my own boxes, I usually opt out for using free shipping. This way, I don't have to worry about guessing the shipping's cost to include the item in the price item. But when I use my own boxes, I usually opt out of free shipping. This way, I don't have to worry about guessing the shipping cost to include it in the item price. Plus, based on the buyer's location, it could end up being cheaper for them, so it's like a win-win. The decision to offer free shipping is not a one-size-fits-all answer, and it should be considered on a case-by-case basis. Remember, the ultimate goal is to provide value to your buyer while ensuring your profits aren't impacted. So we've sourced, listed, and now sold our first item on eBay. Congratulations! What comes next? After the exciting notification that you've made a sale, it's time to purchase a shipping label. You can do so directly to eBay and by selecting the Purchase Shipping Label option. eBay will then provide you with a QR code for a shipping label that you can present at the post office. They'll scan it, print the label, and attach it to your package. It's simple, streamlined process and can save you both time and money. But a quick note, please ensure that the buyer has paid before you ship the item. If the buyer doesn't pay within 4 days, eBay allows you to cancel the sale and relist the item, saving you from the potential loss. Also, remember that you have 3 business days to ship your item after the sale. To optimize my time, I usually schedule my shipping days for Mondays and Thursdays. This way, I don't have to make multiple trips to the post office each week. Alright, when you're dealing with multiple items, organization is key to avoid mix-ups and ensure seamless transactions. I personally use an Excel spreadsheet to keep track of my inventory. Each item gets a unique number, along with the details like the name on the eBay listing, weight, dimensions, conditions, cost, and listing price. When an item sells, I simply highlight the row yellow to indicate it's out of the inventory. Another tactic I find incredibly useful is pre-packaging my items. As soon as an item sells, all I need to do is grab the corresponding package and head to the post office. No last minute scrambling to pack and no delays in shipping. Alright, Now let's talk about accounting. First things first, setting up an automatic payout through eBay is a game changer. Let me talk you through how to do it. But what do you do with these earnings? The key to growing your eBay flipping business lies in reinvesting your gains. Keeping a separate business account for your potential payout can be incredibly useful to track your profits and reinvesting amounts. Each time you earn from a sale, consider reinvesting a portion of it to source new items to sell. This way your inventory remains fresh and your business continues to grow. But don't forget to reward yourself. While reinvesting is cool and all, it's also essential to pocket some profits. I usually keep about 15 to 20% of the profit each month. It's a nice little short-term income on the side, and it's a great way to reward yourself for some hard work. Now, let's dive into my earnings on eBay. So over the course of my time of selling on eBay, I've sold around $4,700 worth of sales. And here you'll see that my selling costs have been $1,700, full for net sales of $2,700. So I've sold 89 items, and each average price item is like $53, $54. I've sold some through auction, but I usually always stick to fixed price. You'll see that my top categories are video games and consoles, as well as home garden, clothing and shoes and accessories, and lastly, musical instruments and gears. I started around March of last year, which is 2022, and it kind of picked up from there. Over the course of the summer, I had more time on my hands, so I started selling more stuff, sourcing more items, people were out more, so it took me a little bit longer to get in the groove of things, but once I got it, I started going through the motion of things, and you can see it right here. August was my prime time for selling items. And then lastly, you'll see the selling costs. So a total breakdown would be the eBay fees and the shipping labels. So these are kind of like burdens that you can't really get rid of. They're just there, and usually if you're more efficient about how you sell your items, or if you sell bigger to smaller items, you can definitely get away with reducing these costs a lot more than 37.2% of your total sales. So I do want to talk about this sell right here, this Microsoft Xbox One Elite Series controller. This was my very first sale, and I'll be honest with you, if I hadn't made that sale, I don't think I would have sold anything else on eBay. This kind of gave me the motivation that I needed to get out there and start buying stuff to resell. Otherwise, if I would have posted this up and it didn't sell, I don't think I would have gotten into eBay flipping. So whoever bought that, thank you so much. Now, remember, this hasn't been an overnight thing. It takes effort, sourcing, strategic selling, but seeing these numbers, it's all been worth it. Honestly, from the graph itself, you can tell when it picked up and how much time it takes you to get there. And to consistently keep it up there, it really takes a lot of time and effort. This is a testament to the potential eBay flipping holds, and the beauty of it that there's no one right way to do it. It's all about finding your niche, understanding your market, and playing to your strengths. All right, that brings us to the end of today's video, which was a deep dive into the thrilling world of flipping items on eBay. We've talked through sourcing, pricing, listing, shipping, and even dabbling into some crucial parts of inventory management and accounting. But remember, this journey is what you make of it. With consistent effort, strategic thinking, and a pinch of luck, anyone can become successful at flipping items on eBay. I've shared my experience and my strategies that work for me. Hopefully they spark some ideas and giving you the tools to begin or grow your eBay flipping empire. However, the road to success is paved with learning, so never stop exploring, never stop trying new things. If you found these tips successful, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.